I'm going to show you how to install this epic upgrade. It's really easy and it makes a massive difference to your wah pedal. Mesa Boogie makes a speaker cabinet simulator that they install inside loads of their amplifiers. Now this is used to connect your amp directly to a mixer for live or recording use. They also sell replacement parts for these circuits, and the most important part in the circuit is something we can actually use to install and upgrade our wah pedals. Now the part I'm talking about is the literal heart and soul of your wah pedal. It's the inductor, and Mesa's 1 Henry inductor is almost the perfect upgrade because it instantly gives what most players want: a fatter, more expressive, more vocal wah pedal. Not only that, but it fits almost any wah perfectly because the lead spacing and the physical size are like bang on. And importantly, the DCR is in that sort of Goldilocks range for an inductor of its size, which is a real crucial factor for a great sounding wah inductor. And by the way, I've always wanted to know, is it Mesa or Mesa? We say Mesa Boogie here in New Zealand, but I think we might have it wrong. Please let me know down in the comments. Right, so I've got a few wahs here. I'm just going to show you how we're going to get this apart. So with these Voxes, or with any of these wahs, actually just take the feet off first, and your bottom cover comes off. With this V845, this one's really easy. You've just got 3 screws. See there, there's one there, and there's one there. You just undo those and you can pop this whole board out. That's the inductor there that you want to change. This is a V846 vintage. Same sort of thing, 3 screws, 1, 2, 3, and then here's the inductor here that you want to desolder. On a Crybaby, I've already replaced it here, as you can see. You're undoing these nuts on the side here, 1 on each side, and then you've just got 1 screw. And then there is a plug, which you just pull up and off. I've wired this one for true bypass, so it does not have that plug anymore. I just think it looks a lot neater without it. I'm going to show you how to install it on this Crybaby PCB. Okay, so this is the part we're going to be removing here. This is the inductor. Now, you might be wondering, why am I going to remove that inductor? It's one of those red phasal fancy inductors. Well, this inductor is a different value from the one that we're putting in, so it's going to sound quite different. And these are a great inductor in their own right, but it doesn't sound the same as this Mesa Boogie one we're going to be putting in. So I need to flip this over. Now, there are a few ways you can do this. You can use desoldering braid like this. So you get a little bit of solder on to the pin, and then you just melt the solder into the braid like this, and it kind of sucks it up out of the hole. Okay, and that's one way you can do it, so that's nice and clear now. The other way is using one of these, a desoldering pump. Same sort of idea, heat up the join and then just suck the solder out like that. Now when you pull the inductor off, it should just come out just like that, straight out of the holes. You shouldn't have to pull it out or wrench it out. Okay, so let's get the inductor that we're going to put in. Okay, now the cool thing about these inductors is that they fit exactly where that one came out. So all you've got to do is push it through the holes. It fits in perfectly. You don't have to do any modifying of the PCB or anything like that. It just sits in there, and now we're going to flip that back around and we're going to solder that one in. And that's it. It's all done and ready to just go straight back into the wah. Let's have a listen to see what it sounds like. Okay, so time to do a before and after and show you what that sounds like. And then I'm going to do an enhanced or a tuned version of this mod, and I'll show you what that sounds like as well. Now, if you like these sort of videos, please hit that like button because it just lets me know that you want me to make more of this sort of stuff. Right, this is the stock Crybaby sound. Now, it's got the standard inductor in there, which is the red phasal. If you're familiar with those, they're a great sounding inductor. The only problem with the phasal inductors, like many wah inductors, is that they are super inconsistent, which is why even the exact same model wah pedal can sound completely different from one to the next. Okay, so here is my sound that I'm using. All right, here's the wah. Sounds pretty good. Here's the wah. That sounds pretty good. Now, one thing about these MESA inductors is that they are manufactured to really tight tolerances because the amp circuits they use need very specific values to work correctly. So unlike the phasal inductors, these MESA inductors are super consistent. So for me, I feel like I can take this mod to another level with a little bit of tuning. It already sounds great, but I feel like it could have a little bit more of a vocal human-like quality, and I'd also like to just adjust that sweep range to make it a little bit more usable. A lot of what I learned about revoicing wah pedals came from studying this special schematic. I obtained it years ago, and it's kind of been like my secret playbook for modding wahs. Now, it's rumored to be an actual trace of a modified wah that was owned by Jimi Hendrix. Now, I don't know how true that is, but it does sound undeniably great. I built this exact wah in a recent video. I'll link it in at the end of this one, but the schematic for this is actually quite different from anything else that I've seen out there before. Okay, so let's see what this tuned or enhanced version sounds like. Now, Plus members, I have got a video over on my website showing you exactly what I did to get it to sound like this. And if you haven't already, go over and check out my website. There are free accounts there. Right, let's get into it. Okay, clean. That sounds way better. For me, anyway, that sounds great. So make sure you go and grab one of those Mesa Boogie inductors. They are $4. It is such a no-brainer just to put it in your wah and see if you love the sound. Now, I mod wahs so often, and I'm modding them in this way to get this more vocal, expressive tone. And I just think that's just such an easy, quick way of doing it, and they're just such high-quality parts. So anyway, guys, I hope you loved this video today. I had a blast making it as usual. Catch you next week.